Hello and what's up everybody, it's Thunderpop here, and tonight we are going to be checking out a new game. This is Firmament, and this just released yesterday, May 18th, 2023. I'm playing this Friday, the day after release. This is from Cyan Worlds Inc. That is the original developer of Myst and Riven, and my understanding is many of the original developers are involved in this game. It's pretty awesome. I grew up on those kind of adventure point-and-click games. I remember playing Myst probably 25 years ago, give or take a little while. And yeah, we're gonna jump in this. This is playable both in VR and out of VR. I'm gonna be playing tonight out of VR in ultrawide on my PC. Right now, this has kind of mixed reviews, and it largely seems like the PC version is in a decent state, but the VR version is kind of glitchy. It has some issues, and I'm just not honestly up for VR tonight on a game that's not all there. I will probably do a separate session where I check this out in VR, but tonight we're going to be starting a new game on PC. Just to show you graphic settings, it looks like it does support ultra-wide, and it does support DLSS, which is a feature I really enjoy. I've got it set to 3440 by 1440. I've got DLSS on and set to quality, and I think I've got almost everything maxed out. I thought I did anyways. We're just gonna bump up a couple things here, and then we'll get started. Let's see. That was interesting. It kind of changed the background there live. I think that was that the shadow setting maybe? I don't know. Let's jump in. Everything's maxed out now. We got ultra-wide resolution running. I do notice, like, when you click on some of these buttons, there's no, like, audio cue. It just feels a little, like, the interface here doesn't look quite AAA, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, the fact that there's not sound effects for everything. I don't know. It feels, if you told me this was early access, just looking at the interface, I'd go, oh yeah, that makes sense. Let's jump in. We're gonna see what this looks like. And I'm gonna check. I'm getting about 100 FPS.
So
It is
here we are.
very jittery.
Finally, your first breath, and I have taken my last. But who cares, right? There's so much to be done. I'm dead, but you have so much to learn. I once woke up just as you have. A blank mind, a clean canvas. Confused, yes, but I will teach you, just as I was taught. And so, first lesson, you are a keeper. I was a keeper. We were all keepers. Second lesson. I will lie to you. I learned much later that this is the way to keep the realms. And third lesson, this machine is your adjunct, your tool to learn and to keep the realms. Take it and we will begin. The firmament. It is remarkable that we are here.
Interesting. And again, getting 100 FPS. Though I'll probably set a lower cap. Like, look how much it's changing. Like, I'd prefer like a steady performance to that jittering. It's not really. It doesn't really feel bad, but and again, this is not a super action game. It's like a puzzle game, point-and-click adventure, evolution, and probably not, where FPS is really that critical to the experience, but it looks pretty nice. Personal maintenance adjunct. As a newly awakened keeper, you have been assigned a personal maintenance, which can be informally referred to as the it's a miracle of modern mechanics and electronics, augmenting the keeper's abilities in marvelous ways. Your tasks while keeping would normally require tools, keys, and extreme strength with access and control of the various aspects of the realm. The adjunct serves as both a key and a tool and amplifies your abilities. It can be accessed improved areas of the realm, and it can control the equipment and devices. Okay. Oh, there's more to it. It's like a very big info dump right at the beginning of the game. Designed to interface with a socket, a receiving component which the adjunct can attach to, blah, 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 operation to operate the first place it on your hand. Yeah, we did that. Amplified force, distance extension, concatenated socket. Alright, I feel like I can figure this out. I'm a keeper. I don't need to read. I was elected to lead, not to read. Okay. So far so good. And it looks like Q or E, you're basically... I think if you're playing this in VR, from what I read, you actually, like, turn your hand, like a crank style. I know this was first announced for VR, and that was kind of like the selling point. I think this was Kickstarted, if I remember right. And then the PC version was kind of added later, but it definitely seems like the VR is in a bit worse shape than the PC release. And the story does kind of remind me of Myst, because Myst is all about, like, you know, going between different worlds, and it kind of takes place in almost like a, I don't want to say steampunk, but like very, very well designed worlds. Can I go lower? I'm at the bottom. Yeah. All kinds of really cool looking, you know, interesting places to visit, cool things to see.
It's beautiful, no? The majesty and peace of the ice and stone. I didn't emerge from the threshold here as you did. I walked this one. My first journey to this realm. Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday.
Okay. I don't know why it told me to hit the escape button. It looks pretty. You know, Myst, when it first came out, it was basically like still images. There was an FMV too, but it was like one screen, you'd move forward another screen, and then over time, I think Myst has been redone multiple times. Most recently, there was a VR...
Have small stinging all over. It's normal. And your hearing? Maybe only the alarms. Or your own heartbeat. And these effects will cease in time, as your body becomes accustomed to the heat. We'll have these problems when we emerge from the threshold. You will live. And that is a good thing.
Most recently, there was a VR release of Myst, which I'm kind of...
The adjunct is making sense to you?
interested in playing. I never did get a
No
chance.
worries. It will soon be as natural as your hand. Keep trying. And this one-sided prose is strange, is it not? I feel like a performer. But this is where we are.
I remember seeing
I had
Myst.
a most wonderful mentor.
She talks a lot.
She taught me of these realms. I will teach you. But then Tilner arrived also. And, well, he first taught me beyond these realms. I will teach you that as well.
I remember seeing Myst for the first time, like a boxed copy of it and like a trailer running at... It was not GameStop, it would have been like Electronic Boutique or maybe Babbage's.
So, this realm is the source of our water. And you will learn what must be done by doing all that we do. I will help, but I will not hold your hand. It's better to learn by contemplating, failing, hopefully understanding. We thought we understood.
Is that all I need to do is probably get that thing out of the way? And I remember there was a trailer running, and this was probably like mid-90s. Myst came out, what, like 93? And I can remember it would have been maybe like 90, 95, 96 or something. The wrong button there. And just being like amazed, like there's a guy, there's like a person, a live action person in this game. So how do I do the other side? And now that's pretty common, like FMV games kind of fell out of vogue a long time ago. Did I bring that thing back, maybe? I can't interact with it from across the way. And then I didn't play Myst, actually. I got into adventure games years later. The Last Express and Grim Fandango and Myst and Riven. It's been 20 years probably since I played through many of those, but they really are classics. Some sockets have multiple nodes. Use the mouse wheel. So can I lift up the bridge or something? Oh, I bet I can use that to walk across, maybe? Maybe? I cannot jump there. One thing I read was they wanted these puzzles to be more logical. Like, a lot of the puzzles in these old point-and-click adventure games were pretty nonsensical. Like, you know, there's classic puzzles. I can only make it go backwards or forward. So how do I get to the other side? They're like renowned puzzles from that era that are just like today considered like the dumbest puzzles of any video game. I have a thought. I remember when I ran this way, there were like big ice blocks down there, right? Where did I see them at? Yeah, they're over there. And that thing... keeps going further. I wonder if I can grab an ice block and do something with it. Like, why else would that extra kind of walkway be there if you're not supposed to interact with it? Heard a voice. I'm probably going to do maybe 30 minutes tonight. My daughter's 6th birthday party is tomorrow, and we have like 20 children coming to our house. And I have been cleaning and setting stuff up all day. I am exhausted, and I'm gonna have to get up tomorrow, and I'm gonna have to deal with kids. Not even my own kids. For much of the day. So this is only going to be a quick look. And I will probably do a separate video for the VR maybe in the next week or two. Okay, so it's lifting up by itself, so this must have been the right thing. Okay, so let's bring it back over. And then I'm guessing maybe I can use that as the walkway, so lower that. Let's try that again. I feel like I'm so close. Maybe I gotta raise the ice up, raise the bridge up. Oh, go back down. It's kind of weird, like, there's not a reticle on the screen, but it wants you to, like, aim. I feel like in VR, this part might be easier, but, like there's a reticule there, but it, like, disappears on me. It's kind of funky. Okay. So now it's raised. Will it stay up? What's weird is it's kind of like still clipping into the ice. Well, okay. Think. Because the ice... Alright, I've got a thought. There's a pathway there. I was thinking I was supposed to bridge this gap, but like that pathway there is like perfect size of this block of ice. Okay. I got it. I haven't played a lot of these lately. There's been a couple in the last year I played. There was one, Brock the Investigator, which is like it's a point-and-click adventure hybrid with a beat-em-up, which, like, those are two genres that I absolutely adore. Having them together is, like, it's pretty awesome. There's been one or two others. But I feel like I haven't played any of the classics in a long time, and this definitely evokes a feeling of, like, those classic adventure games. I probably should have. I wonder if I'm gonna, like, backtrack here. I should probably leave that other one up, just so I don't have to do this again. Woo! First puzzle completed.
Isn't it breathtaking? The arches of the firmaments. So inspiring and reassuring. And this path will convey you to this one, where I once lived with my comrades. Go when you like, you can return here.
Go check out, I'm assuming, like, another world? Maybe let's just go see if there's anything over here to look at before I go. And I wonder, I could probably bring that block of ice, but I feel like it's gonna have the same problem it had over there. Maybe I have to go through the other world. Man, it's a pretty looking vista. That's one thing Myst always had going for it. Is like, there's not a lot of action, there's not a lot of it, like, you don't die, there's no way to die in these games, but they took you to really cool worlds that really looked like fantastical and amazing, and for their time were very graphically stunning. And that definitely is kind of what this feels like. We're gonna go through what looks like a bathysphere from Bioshock, and wherever it takes us. I'm assuming, like, maybe later you can actually, like, change the destination, but that does not appear to be the case here.
You will not be able to witness the wonder of the other realms, but you will transit to this one first.
Oh, is this like a hub
Welcome
world?
to this one, where we gathered, talked, sang, learned, ate, laughed, shared. My memories of this place, so vivid, so wonderful, so peaceful,
It's pretty
till it was
setting.
shattered. Lies are controlling, but comforting.
This definitely feels like a room that could have been in Myst. Will these take me to a different world? I have no one to share my agony with, and so I write words. How many have I learned, and even with such new ways to describe my feeling? I do not have any of these words left to express my sadness, my anger, my... How did it come to pass? The truth, unbearable, the void, so boundless, so cold, so dark. I'm struggling, grasping for understanding, comprehension. Turner, a dark power, a monster. Even he, only a tool in such dark objective and plan. How could such darkness be handed such power? Did he seek it? Did it seek him? Does it always seek such servants? Was I servant myself? Am I like him? Were we all the keepers? Of what? We were naive souls, nourished by lies and then by his own dark power. How could he? How could I? I saved them. I lost them. I was compelled. But what now? What of me? Trapped, solitary, the burden of knowledge and deception steals my joy and my breath. My heart hurts inside of my chest. An emptiness of time stretches out before me. There's only me left to fill this time. The loneliness, how does a human live with it? The truth, the lies, the confusion, how does a human know I'm adrift, floating to nowhere in my own agony? Is there hope? Will this place save us? Can I save myself? I wish to rid myself of such beautiful deceit, but I wonder if such a desire is even possible. I don't understand the context really yet, but I'm sure it'll mean more. I wonder if these other doors will unlock. There's a lot to read here. But I kind of want, this video's only made like 30 minutes. I don't want to be reading the whole time, so we're gonna get back to that. I want to check out some of these other worlds. So these seem to be some kind of organization of keepers who, they protect and keep these different realities. That definitely sounds like something from Myst. So I don't think this takes place in the Myst universe.
I recently learned of that saying. Seems like a tonalization when the wounds of the seed are so fresh. I recently learned of that word. But indeed, time in the threshold heals all wounds. What mixed emotions I have about that. This is the threshold, where we cross from wake to sleep, from sleep to wake. I put them all to sleep. It was very...
Did she kill them?
The only difference between a heresy and the truth is time. I wonder, do you agree?
Is that where it came from? Julston Reservoir? We'll find out. I like that there's not really a loading, they kind of are hiding it here.
Magically bridging the gap to its distant realms.
But it's definitely preferable to,
Welcome to the Julston realm. Be careful. Many were sent to deep sleep before their time.
preferable to like a loading screen where it pauses everything. Like they hide them through elevators and through... Let me get in the water. Nope. This is a good looking game. Here I'm in a big open space. Still getting 100 FPS. A lot of variability there in that FPS though. I get it locked at 144 max right now, but definitely not hitting 144. I could probably drop it to 90.
How is it I could stare at this spire for my whole life and never wonder what was below? Because because a box of the story we were told comforted and constrained us. The spire is important. You will return here to completely awaken the embrace.
Feels like I can target that, but it won't actually do it when I click it. I think I need that concatenation power or whatever, but it's like X'd out. I can't do it. Maybe I need to come back. Right in this little car. Okay, so I need power. And I cannot... I wonder if I get the ability to, like, hit those from further away, because it... Why else would I be able to select them? Maybe that's something you unlock. That does not seem to be doing anything, right? I must have to unlock something before I can interact with this. I kind of want to go... There were other spheres back in that kind of hub world. I want to kind of go back there and take a look at some of the other locations. Even if I'm not solving up, all the puzzles tonight, obviously, but definitely curious about the look of these different worlds. And it's kind of cool right from the get-go. Seems like you have access to all of the, I don't know, planes, realities. What would you call them? Again, I think I need to turn on the power before I can really do anything here. I do like they give you a sprint. So many of these games, are kind of walking simulators, and you're very limited in how fast you can move. Do these just circle around to the same? Yeah, I think they do. There's like that vehicle. I assume eventually you make it to that big building over there. Reminds me of Contact, when she goes into like the pod, and then that same kind of glowy effect happens, and then she travels, I don't know, millions of light years. Because it's an alien that looks like her dad. Spoilers, it's 20 years old, people. Get over it.
What were we before we were awakened? We were not allowed
So that's
to
where I
pass.
came from. Reveal. Juleston. It looks like there's 3. I wonder if those are the only locations. Let's check out this third one here. St. Andrew. That sounds like an Earth place, doesn't it? I am curious. Like, this looks really nice. I wonder how this runs in VR. Like, I've got a pretty beefy system, but I'm curious how well even in VR it would run on a high-end machine. Oh, it's pretty. It's Earth-like. If this is supposed to be Earth. And my FPS are a fair bit lower here. This
This almost seems so puzzly, but such is life and learning. Problems and solutions. I think I have solved this tiny problem well.
definitely all of these worlds feel like they're coming like directly from Myst. Like, obviously it's the same director, the same developer, but these all just feel like places that could have been in any of the Myst games. All right, forward we go.
It was here, in the sea vaults, I first met Turner. He came to observe. I heard these stories by then. Oh, I wish you could remember.
Can't get far enough forward.
And yet, I'm glad you did not.
Oh, I can go up. Alright, I can go this way at least. Looks like it's overgrown. Just like a bank vault or something? Kind of feels like one. Except for the trees growing in it. I can't open the door. Am I stuck here? I feel like I need to go back to that first world probably and like see if I can progress there. Like I think I need some tools I don't have before I can move forward. Oh, I wonder if I could have opened. Was there one of these over that other side? Maybe there was. Let's see. There was. I just didn't look up. Except I can't do anything. Yeah, I think I need to go back to that icy world. It was cool to at least get a glance at these other worlds that you can spend time at.
We have all that is required.
But that's weird. Now I'm not getting... Oh, okay. This is where that other... I keep going up. I have no idea how I get back to that first area. like the navigation here, these little car things, it feels like it's part of the puzzle, but it is kind of disorienting. Okay, so if I can unlock that side, get in that car, and then I can drive that one. Like one of those puzzles where you gotta move the things out of the way. Like one of those things with like the 3 pillars and you're like moving shapes. I'm describing it very poorly, but it's like a kid's puzzle. It's kind of what it seems like. But the thing is, I can't drive this thing without it coupled to that over there, so... yeah, kind of stuck here. I probably could be ending this pretty soon, but this video really, I just kind of wanted to check out as much of the environment and vistas, and I feel like I got a good... like, I think this is the 3 worlds that you'll be exploring in the game. Obviously, there's more to each of those worlds, but it's kind of cool to at least get a brief glimpse at all 3 of them. So I can't go any higher. This where I started? Or was it lower still? I think it was 1 tier lower. The controls are fine. Yeah, so that's where I started. I made it. And then I'm gonna go back to that ice world and try to progress from there. I think I'll probably end this video. I'm gonna go back to that starting area. I'm definitely intrigued by it. Like, the reviews were a little mixed. I think it's like 60% positive on Steam right now. But skimming through it seems like predominantly the negative reviews are all about VR performance and bugs. And yeah, right now, outside of VR, it's running fine performance-wise, and I haven't really run into any bugs yet. I do also want to try this on the Steam Deck. I've read that some people have had it working on the Steam Deck, so that'll probably be where I'll play some of this too.
Taught me a new story. The lies I had been taught resisted this new story.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. If you're looking for kind of a follow-up to Myst, you know, a game, you know, not a lot of action, something that you're going to be using your brain power rather than your shooting power, this is probably one for you. Yeah, so if you enjoy this, please do feel free to check out some of my other content. I've got a ton of videos for new PC games, retro games, VR, all kinds of stuff. If you like it, please do subscribe, like the video, drop me a comment with your thoughts, and I do want to thank you again for watching, everyone. Have a great night.